Hello, my friends. Yes, I'm in my bedroom, getting ready to try to sleep for work tonight. I have to go in early, unfortunately. Yesterday I did not sleep very well, so let's hope today I can. Awfully loud outside though, so I hope the noise isn't too loud as I make my point. Um, Quick update on my home. Part 2 of Relatively Paranormal is out on YouTube. If you have not seen it yet, it is the second part of the investigation of my home. So I just wanted to let you guys know that if you're into the paranormal or you just want to see what's going on here, you can go check that out. So anyway, what's going on in the world? All right. This whole abortion thing, which I shouldn't even be saying that word. I'm gonna try not to say that word, okay? Um, is happening at probably the worst time ever when people are already mentally ill, where people are already losing their minds, right? And again, I feel like this is all to attack Christianity because people are brainwashed into believing that a fetus is not a life, that a fetus is not a baby. They're being brainwashed, which I was too. I was part of that group. I understand. I understand both sides. See, I can do that. See, some people can't. You have to hear their side, and that's it. They don't want to hear your side. And then they call people fascists when they're the ones that are being the fascists. It's so crazy. It's like everything they say, it's like the opposite. Remember when you were a child and you were like, whatever you say bounces off you and bounces off me and sticks to you like glue. It's kind of like what it is. It's like they're portraying who they are, but they're trying to portray another group as that way. But it's really this particular group, and this particular group actually is part of the other group. So at the end of the day, it's all one big group, and we're not in it. George Carlin told us that. Did you not remember? Do you not hear the things that they say? Like Joy Bernhardt saying, when black people own guns. That is an R thing to say. That means she looks down on that community, thinking that for some reason they can't own guns. But I don't know. You have to ask her why she thinks that. I just saw another article. Is it going to get bad when more black people own guns? What are they trying to say? It's not coming from my mouth. This is from the people that we watch on our television, Whoopi Goldberg and all. I can't stand that show. I've always loved Whoopi as an actress, but I do not like her views. The show, The Views, it's just thumbs down for me. I can't watch any of that. I can't watch media. I can't watch Bumble. I just can't. It just, I have no interest. Anyway, you don't think that it's a peculiar time for them to be causing this ruckus after years and years and years of legalizing this act, which, by the way, they teach you in schools as science. Remember, follow the science? But we're not following the science when it comes to gender. We're not following the science when it comes to this particular. We're teaching women that a fetus is a leaf, comparison to leaf, and that they're not really alive until they are out of the womb. But yet, we're performing 9 month things. Okay, that word I can't say is already big. Killing live babies because, the mental health of the mother. Who's to say who's more valuable? Who's to make that call? We're not God. We can't make that decision, and it's the woman's choice. And people believe that. There was a woman present at the full rights march, wherever she was, right? Which, by the way, have you seen the Congress taking place in this week? Again, what this is not an accident. They want us as more people. We want to do that. They're doing this to cause problems, more problems. They really, this is going to cause outrage. But again, I get it. Women that are raped, women that are going to be released, women that are going to commit suicide, women that are being tricked into getting pregnant, the trap, the trap. men that are going to want to kill their women because that woman has this strength. Can't have it right now. This is the mentality of people who are living here. So instead of trying to fix the mental health first, fix the sexual immorality that they've caused, and they're pushing more and more and more and younger and younger and younger. These characters, these actors, these artists are coming out telling the truth. They're exposing this group, which I told you absolutely exists. It is running the music industry, Hollywood. They run that. Justin Bieber, go check out what he's talking about these days. He may not be around much longer, so we're going to see his exposure. But anyway, this is the gross rituals that you perform to become millionaires and billionaires. You make it to the top. You have to do these rituals. These groups of people, hormones, have taken over all of this industry, and they are part of this group, the I, that means elimination, and we make these people do these things, and all your presidents are part of this group. The Masons, they are part of this group. MAGA means highest priestess position. They got people chanting that. They got people wearing that. And they have no idea what they're wearing it for. What you're really worshiping under, you don't know. You can just see. They're going to expose this group. They're going to allow this group to be exposed, and they're going to pretend like they're saving the day. And that is when the infiltrators are singing these people. When they tell me, "Look, please, this is right around the corner, guys. This is right around the corner. We are there. We are in. We are there. Your science books teach you life. You get that conception. Yet you have people fighting against that, asking, how do you know? Really proof. It's in your science books. McGraw, textbook. That's the book I remember using as a child. We have more mothers exposing the explicit, disgusting, vile things that are being given to their kids, and they can't even read it at a school board meeting. But yet you're giving this to the children. She couldn't even read it. They stopped her. Just like they stopped the other mother and the other mother. We're not talking about this on the media. I'm not shining the light on this. You understand that there are trans, bisexual, gay, drag queens who do not agree with this drag queen / children. It doesn't mix. They know it doesn't mix. Parents are desperate. They don't know what to do. They think this is a good thing. There's a person out there who is a drag queen. He talks about what goes on at those drag queen shows. Sorry. It's not good. It's like a strip club. Behind the scenes, it's like a strip club. What they're doing is like a strip club. You don't bring your children to that. There's a teacher who was, I don't know who he was talking to, was referring to some group, saying he's a teacher and he is going to dress in drag in the classroom, and nothing you can say about it. This is who we are, guys. This is where our mentalities are. But this is no mistake, them doing this at this time. It's the time, guys. You gotta watch what's happening. It's all for a reason. It's all being done by design. And I told you guys, go check out Black Balloon YouTube channel. I'm surprised his stuff is still up. He does get strikes. He does have to go underground, different platforms. Talk about the truth where they are not silenced, monitored like they are here. You can't talk about these things here. You can't expose these things here. There's a reason they're going after only Christianity. There's a reason the occult practice is on the rise. They put spells on all the rock music that we bought as children, which in turn had demons following that music. What do you think they can do today in 2022 with this very technology I'm holding in my hand? It's not a mistake people's houses are suddenly haunted. It's not a mistake there's exorcisms taking place at a high rate. I was in a comment section of a video the other day, had nothing to do with the paranormal. And somebody said it right there. I know a priest personally, and they're doing up to 5 exorcisms a week. They're getting calls for this constantly. Home hauntings. Why? Why all of a sudden? Oh, but it's because the bug. You know, people are home now more, and they're realizing. No. I believe I've had some of this stuff since I was a child, following me, attached to me. Things I played with. Ouija boards. Got into drugs. All of it. I went down that road at a very young age. For no reason. I did have some trauma in my life, yeah, as a child, but I went to a very dark place. And been in and out of it my whole life. Until about 4 years ago, when I was faced with a decision to give birth or take the easy way out. 20 years ago, I probably would have been angry too, but I see things different. I can't sit here and pretend like it's not a life, that it's not murder, because they even say it. The people at Planned Parenthood, listen, I wrote some notes yesterday, matter of fact. Sorry, my nose is very stuffy. Okay, so the fact that these fetuses are surviving younger and younger proves, number one, that they're alive, demonstrating how arbitrary it is to argue life doesn't begin until a baby is viable. It's no longer a matter of taste or opinion. It's experimental evidence. That was Professor Jerome Levine. Naomi Wolf, pro-life advocate, clinging to the rhetoric about abortion, which there is no life or death. We entangle our beliefs in a series of self-delusions, fibs, and erosions. The death of a fetus is real. It's a real death. That is a pro-life advocate. Fertilization represents the start of life. Life is a continuous process. I can't read my handwriting, guys. Something to say that an individual human life begins at conception, and that this developing human always is a member of our species in all stages of life. Michelle, Matthew, Ross. These are all scientists and pro-life people. Dr. Lisa Harris, Planned Parenthood. Mothers are not stupid. They know what's in there. It's violence. It's a person. It's killing. Dr. Watch Bowes. The beginning is conception. This straightforward biological fact should not be distorted to serve sociological, political, or economic goals. I mean, but we have people up here on mainstream media. We have these Catholic and Christian leaders up here furious and inciting the violence that's taking place once again. They always incite violence. But then January 6th, they can't stop talking about it. Why didn't they have that building better protected? They're lying about Mr. T grabbing the steering wheel because... Go watch, what's his dang name? He's an ex-cop. I can't think of anybody's name today. I'm like having a brain. Officer Tatum. Okay, he's going to explain to you how, where the president sits in the car, Secret Service, the routes that they take, how none of this what this woman is saying makes any sense at all about Mr. T wanting to go to the Capitol that day. That he supposedly got aggressive with somebody. But first of all, it's hearsay, which you can't use that in a case. It's hearsay. She did not physically see this happen, okay? But these people lie. They lie under oath. Yes, they do. They've done it before. So anyway, Not trying to stick up for him because he's part of this. I told you, MAGA means high priestess. And yes, all the presidents are Masons and they're included in this group. Where was I going with this? Oh, I lost my train of thought. I hate this. Oh, God, please bring back my train of thought. What was I going to say? Anyway, another point is these young people are being taught that a fetus isn't a life. Uh, it's all lies, guys. It's all lies. Just because they say it's okay doesn't make it moral. It doesn't make it right just because these people in power say it's okay. They also said it was okay to enslave people because of the color of their skin and treat them like trash. Didn't they? Yes. And people followed along. Just like now with the whole trans. It's not happening naturally, guys. You're going to tell me all these children are just being born in the wrong body? They're all just confused? Something's causing that. Something they're eating, something in the air, something. And on top of that, society's pushing it. Society's pushing it. They're pushing it in your Disney movies. They're pushing it in every which way they can. These people, these chomos, are infiltrated everywhere. Your kids are not safe anywhere. If your kid's an aspiring singer, actor, actress, cut it off. It's not worth it. You have no idea what they go through. You know why these actors and actresses never age all of a sudden? You need to look into this stuff because it's real. We have 1 million kids unaccounted for. Where did they go? They lie to you about your reality. They lie about your world, what's out there, what's here, what's under the earth, what's in the earth, what's around the earth. They lie about everything. And then we wonder why people can't wrap their heads around the truth. Everything's inverted. That is Satan. Even in this I means illumination group, Satan is Jesus and Jesus is Satan. It's inverted. You really think Kanye West is worshiping your God when he's got Marilyn Manson up there? That's false. It's false God. It's not your God. It's not my God. There's an actress out there. She's so cute. I forgot her dang name. She's part of Disney. She has stepped away from Disney because she knows what it takes to become a top star and what they go through. And she understands that there's a serpent. There's a snake. And she uses this example, and her dad is very smart and intelligent for using this analogy when she was a child, to tell her not to be afraid to spread the word, to spread the gospel, because people are afraid. Because people, when you talk about Jesus, it's like Satan comes out. It's like The Exorcist with some people. They don't want to hear it. Or you don't push your religion on me. You people are pushing religion. It's not pushing religion. It's giving you a warning. And the analogy she uses, I can't remember her name. I'll have to look it up, put it in the description. Is her dad told her, sorry, I'm going to shut my door, guys. Sorry, buddy, I got to shut the door. This is too loud. I have my incense burning and my cat's in here, so it's probably not good to have the door shut. So I got to make this quick. So she uses the analogy of, say she's hanging out with her friend, and they're hanging out in the room, and she's like, hey, I'm just going to run outside and throw the trash out. I'll be right back. And she runs out and throws out the trash, and she sees a snake in the yard. She goes back upstairs, and her friend's like, oh, I'm going to go outside and get some fresh air. And she's like, okay. And she doesn't tell her about the snake. Would that mean she cared about her friend? Would that mean she loved her friend? If she was going to let her go figure that out on her own? Or would she be like, hey, wait, before you go out there, there's a big snake out there. Just want to let you know. I just want to warn you. It's a warning. It's not a pulling. It's not a forcing. It's a warning. Because people are waking up and seeing the truth. People's veils are being removed. And you can see through the bullcrap. I was once brainwashed too. I was living in the world, doing worldly things. I sang for Satan, for crying out loud. I don't listen to worldly music. I do once in a while, but I have to say I'm sorry. I have to repent for it because I know what that music brings. Music is very powerful, and it is affecting you subliminally. Things we watch, the Disney show, it's affecting you subliminally. They do things to these things. And again, in 2022, with the technology we have, and these things can definitely use the technology. They know how to. They show this about the virtual reality, which Christians will tell you to stay away from, which I bought for my daughter. They can access these things. They show you in the show Evil. There's a show out there on Amazon. It's called Evil. I just started watching. Parallel to what's going on in the world right now, ironically. Demonic possession. And trying to debunk it. Or trying to fix the problem. And it's a lot. They're getting calls a lot. It's a lot. Because this is really what people are going through. Depression, anxiety, eating disorders, drug addiction, alcoholism, sex out of marriage, being promiscuous. These things can all bring demons into your life. It's not just going ghost hunting, guys. The music you listen to, the movies you watch, the things you watch. Satan is here. Satan is here to steal, kill, and destroy, and take your soul. This isn't the end. This isn't it. After this, there's something else. And you don't want to hear those words, "Depart from me, I never knew you." That is my biggest fear for myself, for my children, who I've raised in the world, and now I have to get them out. It's not easy. It's not easy to convince them. They say they believe in God, but you really aren't God-fearing. We're not a God-fearing country. That's why when the rapture happens, there ain't going to be many people that go, because we're veering away from believing in God, that we have a creator. And then there's no accountability for what you do after that. Do as thou will. This is why we're getting to where we are. Mothers, boyfriends, friends slaughtering children in high numbers. Really high. Children killing. Really high numbers. People killing each other daily because they're letting the guns flood in. They're letting the drugs flood in. They're negotiating with the cartel. What? We're in big trouble, guys. We're in big trouble. They're pushing for a one world everything. And in the next 10 years, you will not recognize this country as the United States of America, the land of the free, the home of the brave. It will no longer be that. Because we are giving that up. We are allowing them to take that. Next, they're coming after the pow-pows. They got to do the liberals, then they got to rile up the conservatives, then they got to rile up the liberals, then they got to rile up the conservatives. They're just going to keep going back and forth and toying with us until we break. Just like the race war they've created, just like the police war they've created. There's people shooting flare guns at police right now, throwing bricks, throwing urine. But we're going to focus on January 6th. That's it. They're inciting this violence right now as we speak. Just like they did before when Mr. T got in office. They incited that violence. We forget. They get away with it. They really care, though. Letting people tear up their communities. Innocent people's buildings, businesses getting burnt down and destroyed and looted. It's all for a good cause. Don't worry. We live among some sick people, guys. Really sick. Mentally ill. Their beliefs are all twisted. They have no idea what's going on in the real world. It's scary. It's scary. But you can't be scared. You have to be brave. You have to put on your armor. You have to pray for God's armor. You have to pray for protection. You have to pray for wisdom. You have to get out of the world. You have to stop doing worldly things. I certainly didn't transform me. Sorry, my nose is wicked stuffed. I hate when I get like this. I certainly didn't transform my life. God did. You can't just pray when you're in trouble. You can't just pray to Him when you feel like it. It's got to be a daily relationship, a real relationship, a love. You have to feel the Holy Spirit. You can own, I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how rich you are. Half these people are depressed and full of demons. Half these people, you see that, you think means being successful. That's what it means to be successful. All these rappers, the rap culture is just destroying communities. It's not a mistake. None of this is a mistake. They threatened polio a couple years ago. It was supposed to come around last year. Well, it's starting to show up now. But they're going to try to scare you with that. When I just heard a nurse say that 90-something% of the people out there don't even get affected by it. They carry it, but they don't get sick. 90-something%. So it can't be that bad, but they're going to make it like it is. They're going to try to scare you into taking another product that they're going to create in 6 months. Not for that disease, but there'll be another disease. There'll be something. They're not done, guys. They're not done. We have a rough road ahead. And if you understand that and you're a step ahead of the game, it's going to be a lot better for you. You have to come together. We have to stop fighting with each other because we're going to need each other. They're not going to be there for you. They're not going to be there to care. They're going to be in their bunkers hiding when chaos ensues. And then if martial law, there goes all your supplies, there goes all your guns. They just come take it. Just like that. But in order for us to comply with their future plans, there has to be a disaster. That's all you got to know. Don't know when. I know people have been talking about this for years and nothing happens. I understand that. But it's happening now. You can see it, right? You can see your prices rising. You can see your economy is falling apart. I don't know, guys. That's all for today. I had more I want to talk about, but I just wanted to shine a light on this whole situation because why they're doing it and why they're doing it now and how far we've taken it, and it's gone too far. It's gone way too far. If you've ever watched a second term, it's heartbreaking. It's horrible. So imagine imagine thinking it's okay to kill a 9-month-old baby. Imagine that. How sick these people are. They're sick. It's evil to be screaming on the streets the way they are and making these videos, having total meltdowns. When there is birth control, guys, we do have a solution. It's not like there's no birth control and then no abortion. I get that. I get these kids being born into such. I get it. But there's a solution. There's women that want men to have vasectomies now. Well, are you going to have your tubes tied? It's only fair. I mean, wow, how did we get here? It's crazy. It's crazy, but it all makes sense at the end of the day if you put all the pieces together. How they're getting us, how they're putting spells on us through the things that they're doing, the rituals they're doing in front of your faces, at these concerts, at the halftime shows, what they're conjuring up with CERN. Gotta be careful, guys. You gotta be awake. Now's the time to seek your Lord and Savior because time is running out. Time is running short. Alright, guys. Sorry for the delay again in between. I've been having problems with my phone like all week long. It's just driving me insane. But hopefully this one comes out. Alright, guys. I will talk to you later. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. Please stop fighting with one another. We need to come together.